Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cop Talk. Liverpool Man United post-match reaction. Liverpool won 3-0. Now, I waited 24 hours to do this video because I wanted to let the emotion leave me from the game, because obviously I was very happy that we won and the way we won. But obviously 24 hours now, I've reflected. I've listened to a lot of the comments that a lot of the pundits made and people talking about the game. Obviously, it's been all over the news, social media, everything. So here's my take on it, and I look forward to seeing your comments, after I've posted the video. And please let me know what you guys think. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and also share with other Liverpool fans. Okay, so let's get to the video. So the game, look, it started, and Man United, for the first 10, 15 minutes almost, were in the game, and they were playing well. They were attacking us, and, which is standard. They were always going to come hard in the beginning, and they're at Old Trafford. It's their home, so they have to do that, it's Liverpool. Man United always raise the game for Liverpool, always, regardless of where they are as a team. And they have good players. They have quick players. They can hurt you, They're not in a good place at the moment, that's for sure. But, they've still got decent players in their team. So, look, it was not a given, this game for Liverpool. But I was always confident before the game, because in the first two games, what I've seen, and everyone's going on, what's the difference between Slot and Klopp? What is the difference? What changes has he made? And if you listen to him talk, he's said he hasn't changed much. And he hasn't. What he's done, he's changed the formation a little bit to a 4-2-3-1. That's his formation. 2 holding midfielders, double pivot, whatever they want to call it, and 1 behind, 4-2-3, and then 1 up front, which is Jota at the moment. That's all he's done. He's changed the formation. It's still the same players as last season. So there's been much made about Liverpool didn't sign anyone. But if you look at it, Liverpool didn't need to sign players, really. They have a big squad. And look, it would have been nice. They did try and sign a player. They identified a player they wanted, which was Zubimendi. He decided not to come to Liverpool for his own reasons, which is up to him. And that's it. And they didn't go, which is, again, what I like about Liverpool. They don't just go and buy anyone. They've done this a few times where they have panic bought and it doesn't work. Steven Colker comes to mind. What's that guy? Mello. They signed him, nothing. So the panic buys don't work, and it's proven they don't work. So they don't panic buy. If they don't get their man, they don't go for anyone until they identify a new target. And, there's some criticisms of that. I see some Liverpool channels slating FSG because they don't spend money. But, I think we have to look at when FSG took over Liverpool, where were Liverpool? And where are we now? And it's because of their investment, because of their decision-making that we've got to this point. So that's what I have to say about FSG in this. Now, this is not about FSG, this video, but I want to give a bit of context because there's a lot of noise about Liverpool at the moment with certain things, which I'm going to try and cover in this video. So the squad is still the same. They've released a few players. I think they've raised 60-odd million in sales for players that didn't play for Liverpool, really. I mean, Carvalho, who I wouldn't have sold, personally. I liked him, but he wasn't going to play. Sold him, 27 million. Sepp Vandenberg, a defender who, since he's been at the club, has been out on loan. 25 million. And 10 million for Bobby Clark, a youngster coming through the academy, decent player, not going to play for Liverpool long term. 60 million. They brought in a goalkeeper, 30 million, which is almost like succession planning for Alisson. And this guy looked very impressive in the Euros. I don't know much about him, but he looked impressive in the Euros for Georgia. And they've signed a world-class player, Chiesa, for 10 million. with some add-ons which make up to 15, 16 million, whatever. I mean, they've done smart business this summer. So that's on the transfer stuff. I was still calm. I was hoping we would sign a DM, but listen, they haven't. And what that's done is that's created an opportunity for somebody else in our squad. And that person's Gravenberch. And believe me, this guy, and I saw it in the game against Seville, the pre-season game against Seville, and I think he played against Man United as well. And they've identified him as the person who's going to play this role for Liverpool. It's clear. And he has not done anything wrong yet. Look, there's going to be, everyone's saying tougher tests. Oh, we played Ipswich, Brentford, Man United, who are terrible. Listen, you can only play the teams you have to play. We don't create the fixtures. The fixtures are created by the Premier League. We play the games. So we've beaten the 3 teams that we've had to play. We haven't conceded a goal. And there's been some fortune in that, let me tell you, and some good saves from Alisson. But that's what they're supposed to do. As Roy Keane says, that's Alisson's job, to save us. And he's done it. So, you know, we're going to come under pressure. Teams are going to, and we are going to lose a game this season, that's for sure. There's no way we go the whole season unbeaten. That's not going to happen. And without conceding a goal. So these things are going to happen, we know. But let's enjoy the start we've had. Because the start we've had is amazing. I mean, this guy's come in and he's identified a way of playing which makes us a bit more solid. Because last season, let me tell you, we went behind in 20 games last season. We conceded the first goal in 20 games. That's not an accident. That's bad play. This guy's come in. And we will concede a goal at some point. And maybe the first goal in a game. But what I've noticed about the team now is when we lose the ball, our players are busting their gut to get back in position. I mean, when Man United had a breakaway and there was a player, I can't for the life of me remember who it was. He was sprinting like his life depended on it to get back. Even Trent lost the ball and he sprinted back and he got in front of the guy who had the ball. You know, so I've noticed a big change in that. And Liverpool always worked hard under Klopp. We didn't never work hard. We always worked hard. But I've noticed it's gone up a notch. We're more compact. We look harder to get through. You have to earn your goals now against Liverpool. And that wasn't the case last season. Last season, we were giving people goals. And that's not happening this season, I don't think. It's been only 3 games. I'm not getting carried away. But I said before this season started, I fancy us this year. And I know, as a Liverpool fan, I'm very optimistic always. And some of my friends, like Yaz, would say, oh, every year I say we're going to win the league. Because I genuinely believe it. I look at the players we've got now, and I genuinely believe we can win the league. And we should be saying it. Because why not? What are we scared of? Me saying we're going to win the league doesn't mean we're not going to win the league. Okay? It doesn't jinx anything. Is it possible we win the league? Yes. Is it probable? Maybe. You know, I'm not saying definitely, but I really have a feeling we can win it. I think the changes this guy's made, the addition of Chiesa. Listen, let me tell you something. People are saying that he's injury prone. He's not injury prone. He had one serious injury 2 years ago. He came back from that. Last year, he scored 10 goals in 38 games and assisted as well. He's not back to his best yet. But listen, let me tell you, that guy's a baller. And he is going to be a big signing for Liverpool. Now what we've got is, if Salah doesn't play and we put him in Salah's position, there's not much of a drop-off. You know, he's still going to cause teams problems. Different problems to Salah, but problems. Is he as clinical as Salah? No. He's not a goal scorer like Salah. But I think he's going to do very well. He's physical. He's aggressive. He's quick. Listen, this guy is a baller, and we're going to see it. Hopefully, against Forest, he's going to get some game time, and we can see what he can do. Because I think he's going to have a ball. I really do. I think he's going to be great for us. and he's going to break the hoodoo of Italian players for Liverpool. Because we've had Aquilani, who I thought was a good player when he was coming to us. I famously went and spoke to my mate and showed him this YouTube video I saw of this Aquilani. I said, this guy's going to be great. He came to us with an injury and he never really delivered. He had a few good games, I think, against Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Cup semi-final, where we eventually lost the game. But he scored a goal and he looked good then. He went through a phase, he played all right for a few months, but he didn't really do it. Barini, no, didn't do it. Balotelli, say no more, didn't do it. So Italian players have not done well at Liverpool in recent history, but I think this guy's different. The way he spoke as well when he signed for Liverpool, I really liked the way he spoke. He speaks really good English as well. These are all good signs, yeah? So back to the game. We didn't look so open, but Man United still had their chances. Let's not dress this up. Liverpool, yes, we dominated the game. Deserved to win, of course. But Manchester United had moments in that game, and it reminded me of the pre-season game in America where we beat them 3-0 as well. Now, if you didn't watch that pre-season game and you saw the scoreline 3-0 Liverpool, you'd have thought easy. It wasn't. Man United had moments in that game as well, similar to this game. Probably more moments in that game in the first half. The first half was a bit more even in America. Obviously, it's a totally different team now. We've got all our big boys in now. So, yeah, it was different. We were more in control of this game. And that's another thing. We look more in control in games. So many times under Klopp, and no one loves Klopp more than me, but we weren't in control of the game. We didn't control the game. We were very aggressive, front foot football, very attractive, very exciting. Some of the best football I've seen since the Beardsley, Aldridge, Barnes, that team there was amazing. I think it was 87, 88. Those 2-3 year period there, that was some of the best football. I mean, I remember Liverpool beat Nottingham Forest 5-0. Nottingham Forest were challengers of Liverpool at that point. And we blew them away in a game. Yeah? And, you know, Liverpool were amazing at that time. And the Klopp era was the best since then, in my opinion. Whether it's better, I don't know, but it was the best since then. So, listen, I'm not knocking Klopp, but I think this guy, what he's done is he's seen what Klopp's done. He can't believe his luck, really. I mean, he's inherited one of the best teams in Europe. And he knows he doesn't have to do much to it. All he's added, what has he added? He's added Chiesa, world-class forward. Did we need Chiesa? No. But at 10 million, why would you not buy him? It's a no-brainer to get this guy. We sold Bobby Clark for the fee we paid for Chiesa. Come on. This was easily a signing that we had to do. Yes, it wasn't the signing position we needed filling. We could have done with maybe another centre-back and maybe a DM. And we wanted the DM. We went for him and we didn't get him. But I think they will get a DM eventually. But right now, Gravenberch, the guy is, for me, I mean, Diaz got man of the match, obviously his goals and assists. But initially, when he started the game, he didn't start that well. He was trying things. It wasn't coming off. He was giving the ball away a little bit, you know. But then he clicked into gear and he was too hot to handle. And we're seeing that from Diaz. We're seeing a different Diaz this year. He's, I think, finally over all of his injury stuff, and now we're seeing the real Luis Diaz. And sometimes it can take a couple of years for a player to show what they can do, you know. He's a young player when he came here. He's 26, 27 now, whatever he is. Came here 24, 25. So he wasn't young, but he was new to the Premier League. He'd just been in Portugal for a couple of years.